This movie tells a story about Dr. Stephen Strange, who casts a forbidden spell that opens the doorway to the multiverse, including alternate versions of himself, whose threat to humanity is too great for the combined forces of Strange, Wong, and Wanda Maximoff. This film is a sequel to the original Doctor Strange movie, but the plot of this new movie is more a sequel to the recent Disney Plus series WandaVision than anything else. In fact, anyone who hasn't seen WandaVision before watching this movie is going to be completely lost. Any movie about multiverses contains big risk, especially from a storytelling standpoint. With different universes and multiple versions of characters, the story could become a total mess. This is what happens in this movie. It's muddled and confusing, filled with endless MacGuffins and nonsense. We visit a bunch of lame alternate realities and meet various versions of the main character. The movie is flat, lazy, mediocre, and clumsy. The multiverse is used as a backdrop without any real purpose. To make matters worse, the worlds are so clumsily strung together that they take away from any potential emotional investment for the viewer. This is a film without meaningful story and substance. The movie's thin premise guides the film to its 2-hour running time. The plot mostly fails because it can't create meaningful stakes. The characters are all one-dimensional, especially Doctor Strange. There's no drive to the character and his incomprehensible story. He shows little to no emotion, and his magic is too formidable a power. Just as death no longer matters in this sort of movie, it's hard to care about what happens to the characters when we know they exist in other realities. There's a love story that slowly burns just below the surface as we witness the various iterations of the couple of Doctor Strange and Christine, but never explored to any meaningful depth. The dialogue is full of endless exposition, but more often than not, it makes things less clear. The film kicks off with a heavy exposition dump, but then begins to buckle further under the weight of its vast lore and magical MacGuffins. The movie suffers from an overabundance of CGI, with every pointless and repetitive destruction of buildings and vehicles. There's also a problem with the chemistry between characters. The jokes fall flat, the dialogue is tedious, and there's very little tension or playfulness between the characters to make things interesting. The storyline is forgettable, even with the Wanda Maximoff angle, which should be the sole driving force of any emotional payoff and investment of a character that deserves better. Overall, this movie is simply dull. It's boring as it's lacking any substance in the story and characters. We do not recommend this movie at all.